was going to type this all up, but it felt like easier to just kind of walk through it on video since there's a lot of pieces involved. The goal, in my opinion, would be to facilitate pull request interactions from devs. I'm going to show this off a little bit. I've set some stuff up just as an example. So I'm assuming that the dev has Spriggit installed along with the .NET SDK, which is required. Let's say this is their repository and they're behind a little bit. Let's say they haven't worked for a few weeks and people have pushed some fixes. They can pull the latest content. If you hit just normal git mechanics, now their folder is up to date. Again, it's just a Git repository, so when I pulled the latest content here, all the latest files just kind of got pulled down to whatever they were on the latest setup. It can now say, okay, I want to sync to the mods representation of that from the Git repository. So I click this, and it's done. So now I can come into my Skyrim Special Edition. Spriggit test mod just got updated. That's got the latest content. All right, so we've popped it up and exited, and now the person can do whatever fixes they were assigned. So let's say, I think we were supposed to knock this down. 1.05 is more appropriate. Save that out. So now Spriggit test model has been updated. We're now going to go from the files representation to the Git repository. So basically the reverse. That is done. You can see in my UI that now this file has updated the reach from 1.1 to 1.05. They say not, let's just say they have a branch fix 123. They push that up. Says, oh, there's a recent push. Cool. Let's make a PR. So now it's just a PR like normal code. Contributors and maintainers can kind of check that this is the change that happened. Let's say someone says, actually, 1.07. They make a comment, blah, blah, blah. The original dev is like, okay, I gotta maybe do that instead. They open Xedit again, modify the file to whatever the newest value is, I think 1.07, save it out, sprig it over to the Git representation, say 1.07, last bow as requested, push that up, shows up in the PR. People can see that I went to 107 instead. I can't review my own PR, but in theory, some maintainer would approve it, and then we would merge this in and delete the branch. And now the patch is in, or the fix has been merged into the repository. Let me fetch latest so you can see that we've got a PR that's merged in. So now, if there's a new dev that comes in and wants to do another fix, again, they're behind on the times because this fix has got merged in. They can just pull the latest, and now they are up to date in the Spriggit repo. We can double check the glass bow's got reach 107. The dev's ready to work on something else, and the glass bow is up to date. Anyways, that's the general workflow I had in my mind. I think a lot of it pivots on having a single file that people apply their differences on top of, rather than separate files with just their own content alone. I don't think the same sort of example I just showed off would work as well with a separate file. Anyways, we can chat more on it, but just wanted to get my general thoughts on paper, so to speak.